It's the playing style is just really straightforward. I mean, I just want to make sure that the tone is as warm as possible, and I'll alternate between using a pick and my fingers depending on the song and the kind of tone that I'm going for. If I want a softer tone for, say, a more ballady or a slower kind of song, I'll go for the fingers. But then for a faster song, when I want that kind of aggression, I'll go over to a pick, just to give it that extra aggression and that make it kind of pop through the mix a little bit more. For all of the songs, we're actually tuned down to the tunings like B and A, so they're really quite low. So with those kind of tunings, it's really important to actually not do too much with the playing. Just kind of keep it really simple, really steady, and in lockstep with the drums, so you don't get a really muddy tone and everything's really defined, and it just really serves the song a whole lot better. With the low down tunings, I'm using a really thick gauge string. I mean, this may be a 4-string bass, but I've put a 5-string thicker gauge strings on, so this is a 130 to a 65, I think so, and that just makes it so much easier to be able to tune to those low tunings. The recording process was really quick. A lot of it was just, again, locking in with the drums and just getting that tone right from the very beginning, and just keeping it really in time, and just using the equipment we've been using. It was just so easy to make that happen. So yeah. Your influences they really do change over time. So I mean, when I started out, it was all about kind of Motley Crue and Guns N' Roses. So I was really influenced by Nicky Six and Duff McKagan at first, and then as I went on, you discover more bands. Like I discovered The Who, and like John Entwistle was a major influence on me. Same with Steve Harris of Iron Maiden, Peter Steele of Type O Negative, and yeah, I like just pretty much all the great rock players just influenced me a lot. Cliff Burton of Metallica. Lemmy was also a really big influence on me, just because I couldn't believe at the time that there was a guy who could play bass like that. Not just with his really kind of forward aggressive tone, but also the fact he would play using power chords. That really blew my mind. So for years I really tried to emulate Lemmy, but I found for this album I've really kind of gone back to my roots in terms of my playing and my influences. I've gone back to that really deep tone, that really simplistic kind of playing, and just keeping everything a lot tidier, whereas before I was more of a very rhythmic player and followed the guitar tracks a lot more. But for this band, I find that it's really important to just go back to where I kind of began. For the recording for this one, I've got this bass. This is an Epiphone non-reverse Thunderbird, and it's pretty sweet. I mean, it's kind of got the Fender style kind of pickup arrangement with the PJ pickup configuration, which is really versatile. I mean, it can just be a straightforward P bass, and then you bring in the jazz pickup, and it just gives it that kind of bigger sound and that more definition with the tone. And the other bass I've been using is this is another Epiphone. It's the Nicky Six Blackbird bass, and this was just the most balls to the wall rock and roll metal bass that you can kind of get. I mean, it's got a switch on it. It's got no tone knobs or volume knobs. It's like it's on or off. It's no pissing about. It just fucking works really well for a lot of the songs that we've been doing, and just to get that really deep kind of sound that we've been really wanting for the album. For the recording process, we just plugged directly into an 11 rack, and that went straight into the computer, and that made it really easy because it's such a versatile tool to use. You can get pretty much any kind of sound you want on it. It's got so many presets in it that it means that you can just go in and just tweak everything really, really quickly and efficiently. You're not messing around with pedals, and you're not having to do extra like a DI of a bass head, or you're not doing what they used to do with mic to bass cabs, of course. So it makes things really, really easy and really, really quick, and you get such a great sound out of it. So it's a really good bit of kit to have in the studio.